Hello Go, hope all is you. Welcome back to EU4 and France. So I'm just cleaning up the rest of Italy, i.e. Siena. I've got to fight Ansbach, Denmark, various minor people, not really fussed. Let's just get going. I also seem to recall that I recently tanked my army professors and keep up with my losses in previous wars. Yeah, we're at 66%. That's fine. That's what you may call recoverable. For now, let's just gain this excess land. And when I finish the Italians, i.e. Siena, I'll then be able to fulfill one of my last few missions. I mean, I can also do break the Emperor's Ring here. But one of my last few missions of expand the French domain. I mean, I've still got to go for the Golden March, but that's with Siena, that gets complete. Then the House of God, that gets complete. So yeah, all of this will all be done in one. What's this about? Ice shown by... Oh, I need to get ice with the stuff as well. In Crossroad of Continents, Palermo's been upgraded 5 times. Damn, they really want... Okay, they really want me to make docks everywhere, don't they? Like, I don't mind, I can do it, but damn. Let's send one army up here. And send the other one to, I don't know, Stettin? That will do. As long as it's going in the right direction, that's what matters. Then, although I've got a lot of reinforcement to do, let's still just bring all of my units up and around. Even this one. And I'll just make my way towards Lübeck in Denmark. Siena, of course, if it was on their own terms, would just piece me out, but that's okay. Ingolstadt are also in this war. I think I can piece out Ingolstadt, to be honest. Without too many concerns. Yeah, out you go. Peace. Next, Bregenz, Lübeck, Ragusa. Ragusa again. Interfering little buggers. Might be worth me taking Ragusa, and then I can start working towards the Ottomans. Even though honestly my next train of thought is to start finally working towards the inevitable taking on the Better Than Napoleon achievement, where I need Vienna, Berlin, both owned by Austria-Hungary, and Moscow, which I'm pretty much zoomed in on. Yeah, here we go. Right where my thing is here, Moskva. Hell yeah. And the cheeky Ansbachians are trying to make their way Ansbach in. Let's fight them in Ansbach, the province itself, though. I see they've got a couple units together between them, which is going to go in and destroy. With my 1.3 morale difference and my almost full backline. Yeah, there's nothing you could do. Oh, fight me. Nope. You force marched only to stop. Well, you know what? I'm going to fight you then. We'll send this 62k to Kolberg. Nope, never mind. Let's just move it into Hoya then. I'll need to wait for the Lüneburg, sorry, not Lauenburg, to finish up. Then as for the rest of my subjects, I don't really know what they're doing. I'm sure they're having fun. Yeah, look at that. I really need to fight Pacifico Norte though. They need to be Pacifico nice. Nah, it needs to just go to French Alaska really, doesn't it? And also spreading the revolution to 10 countries should be super duper easy if I leave all of this. The other part of the achievement run here. No, honestly, I don't mind if that takes a little bit of time to complete the achievements here. Just due to the funness of the campaign. Stretch it out a bit. Let's start. Well, not start, but let's continue getting more great projects then. That'd be a grand idea. And then how close am I to my economic hegemony? 250 ducats away. We haven't even got coal in yet. When it comes to the trade nodes, we show as 196 ducats, but I'm actually gaining 300. How nice. I should have pretty much all of my merchants on the east coast sending over, right? Yeah. Everyone's in some shape or form sending out and around. Marvellous. And I've got full trade in Bordeaux, so I won't need to ask them to shunt it round. It will just do it all passively. What am I doing here? Let's fight you in Lorraine before I peace you out. Wait, do I want to peace out Ansbach, or do I want to just fight them for fun? I'll be nice. Let's give them their peace. I'd say that was fairly merciful. As for Siena, they still won't take peace. No worries. I'm just going to take Kohlberg. And then for getting into Denmark, I mean, that's not really a question, is it? That's pretty easy, actually. We just send units on boat. I'm actually going to send this unit back to the Hague. That can be boated over. I'll go deal with the Dutch separatists. Let's take the admin efficiency. Wonderful. Now I've got all three that I really wanted. Oh, and I've also got Venetian separatists. How nice. Oh, partly due to the fact that I'm not really remembering to harsh treatment. That was kind of a big part of the plan, wasn't it? That I've been sleeping on. So actually the other big one is harsher treatment. England still own 2 of my trade node provinces. And they're still disloyal with Portugal. Good. So I might be able to take the rest of their English territory in my next Portugal with them. Also, let's not forget that the Netherlands are up here in Scandinavia. It's very nice. Let's just get rid of the, like the Welsh, for instance. You don't need to rise. Oh, hold on. Let's not forget Lübeck are still in this. Like I just did. Let's go back towards my land. I lost 6 heavies in that. Wow. I'm actually kind of impressed it was that many losses. Oh well, it's fine. Once I get Lübeck out, we'll see what happens next. Let's also send this towards the Venetian separatists. That'd be wonderful. And maybe unpause? Because you thought you had it unpaused? Well, no, you didn't, dummy. Remember, I'm ignoring Doge's Palace because I get a modifier from ignoring it. I'm not bothered about upgrading Venetian Arsenal. It's not really a necessary wonder for me here. I'm going to get Amsterdam Bourse. I mean, I might just upgrade the Venetian Arsenal just because then it's upgraded. And no greater reason. And look who's getting... Look who's got their big boy boots on. It's Denmark. Trying to stop me from sieging Lübeck. Well, guess what, bub? That's not my only unit. Also, I think Lübeck want out of the war now anyway. Yeah, so it didn't even matter. Out you go. I don't know, however, if I'll be able to get into Denmark by walking. We got Black Flag there, so we clearly don't have access in Lubeck. What else is in this? Ragusa. And Bregenz is a PU partner of Denmark. Interesting. Just when you think you've seen it all. But yeah, let's start moving the army over. Once it's healed, actually. So how many are we finished with? 9 heavies and 28 galleys from Denmark. I have a feeling I have enough heavies. But let's maybe start gaining more just for no reason. We'll also harsh treatment on Brabant. Marvellous stuff. And on the Spaniards, harsh treatment please. I'm still way ahead in tech, so don't begrudge the use of admin here. It's not admin, is it? It's mill. Derp. I'm 200 over my gov cap right now. A little high, but I'm going to build some more courthouses, I think, in a second. And yes, the last tier is separation of power, which will be... I mean, I don't need the political absolutism, but I might take it because it also lets me take the other thing. The estate privilege, the bourgeoisie one. And maintain 100. What one am I talking about? Economic freedom? No, not economic freedom. The one that we got the bonus for. Oh, control over monetary policy. That's the one. If I take political absolutism, that's just the equivalent of 2.5 extra admin efficiency. And then lets me take that for free. And that's not a bad modifier to have. Let's give Loon a manufactory. Also, can I grab some Pope points? I already have this done. Then let's go for... Forgive usury. I'm also 82% mercantilism. I need to gain back the papacy so that I may be able to make the mercantilism super cheap. And let's work on some more courthouses. Get them out of the way. Good stuff. That will certainly save some of my gov cap that I'm over. And let's see here, either the bourgeoisie like me or the nobility like me. Let's just go with the tax modifier. Even though I could just do the autonomy change at this point. Everything's pretty much no autonomy. Pretty much. Well, I don't think I'm going to take anything from Ragusa. I'm actually just going to take stuff from Austria-Hungary, I think. And then border Ottomans via Austria-Hungary. You know, via Austria-Hungary lands. Anyway, let's start making a claim on Trieste, sorry. Ungors. Then I can start making my way in there. That sounds like a plan. Also still on dip focus. I've completed court ideas now. So I think it might be worth my interest to put on the national focus for admin. Blast through to 22. And then swap over to mill focus afterwards. Because I want a mill idea next. Of course there'll still be time in the campaign to grab another mill idea. But if the campaign finishes early from finishing up the achievements, I'll say what ideas I would have eventually gone for. Most likely. But I think I've pretty much said them enough times. Get the general gist of, yeah, it probably would have been the ones I said. Let's also grab some more trade depots. I need to grab more not manufactories, sorry. What are they called? Universities. I'll also need to grab more universities as well as all these courthouses, etc. that I'm building. Basically just, I want everything. Just going full Veruca here. Meanwhile, I still can't annex Siena. And as I say, once I take Siena, this will allow me to complete quite a few extra missions here, which is going to be nice. They're allied Spain now. But I can fight them in 9 years' time, which is okay. Austria-Hungary, my peace with you has finished. So I can fight you whenever I want. Which is, I believe, a case of the sooner the better. If I were to fight Austria-Hungary, it doesn't mention the Emperor. Why? Are they now the Emperor? I don't think they are. Oh, look, they left the Empire. They're not actually in the damn thing anymore. Well, isn't that convenient? I think they gave up because it's the Empire was the wrong religion and they were just like, ah, screw it, let's leave it. But that's interesting. I've never seen, even when I've seen other Austria-Hungaries, I've never seen them actually leave the HRE to my knowledge. That might be a first for me. Ooh, all these good training fields are going to come into great use as well. My manpower is currently 6,500 a month, but that needs to be increased. I'm still thinking of maybe ignoring quantity. That's one of the teetering issues that I have. I'm actually going to wait for my other heavies to build before I go to fight Denmark, I think. Because I don't have the mill access into Colding. Yes, I do. That's a lie. He lied as naturally as he breathed. But hey, I didn't have the access, but now I do. So, it wasn't wrong for the information I had at the time. It's just wrong now. That's just a wee unintentional lie. Let's go take on the Sienese units. They're running away. How dare you? How dare you flee from my advance? Also, I've got access through Lübeck. Let's stop trying to use the sea zone to pass through, because they're just going to clearly block me over and over. We'll path around that. But I think once Denmark leave, Siena will pretty much be open to a peace deal. I can't seriously expect for Ulm to back them up too well. But we shall see. Also, Denmark have their ships docked. I wonder if that's because they know that I'm not crossing into them yet. And then they'll put it up when I try to move in. We'll see. Let's also grab some more good looking cathedrals. Let's go by cost, because then we know that they're ones that I already have a cathedral in. Sorry, stumbling on my words. Nothing new there. Yeah, look, a lot of these aren't really going to be earning me much. But that's okay. Part of that might be due to the autonomy in the specific provinces. Maybe I need to look into it. Then again, it's not like I have the governing capacity to spare right now. But who cares about gov capacity to spare? Let's just add it all in, you know. I'm gonna just do it. Let's just add it in. Gain the extra income and stuff from the provinces. Be nice. Same to be said for Emilia Romagna and Venetia. Oh, I hadn't actually finished coring the main provinces, never mind be able to statify it. Whoopsie. You know what? That's my bad, that is. Right, I want them to cross into Ostjylland. Let's wait for the black, not black flag, the lock. Also, I'm 2.5 morale above them. How are they holding on so well? They're actually holding on really well, considering. What are their ideas in that? Offensive and quality. Yeah, okay. They've got the discipline and the combat ability. That will explain a couple of parts of that. And yeah, look, they've now pulled their fleet out to stop my units. Just as I had stipulated. Denmark, however, will still not want peace. Fine. You know what? I tried. I'm not saying I succeeded, but I tried. Let's send this back to... Honestly, I'll probably just send it to over here somewhere. Or Rome. Rome could be good. I need to start drilling with some of these armies that aren't actually doing anything. So let's send this to The Hague. Let's send this to Amsterdam. If they bring any units over, I'm just gonna take one of my other stacks and just bring them along and attack. But for now we're looking okay. I can just drill of my own free will. My air chicken Nuggies the 14th is now an intricate web weaver. Very nice. Great name and great stat, clearly. All of it just works together in tandem. I kid. Both the name is cursed and the ability and the trait isn't amazing. Let's be real. Brunswick have broken military alliance with Ulm. Oh no. Poor Ulm. They didn't need Brunswick anyway. They're like 50 times as strong as Brunswick. Get out of here, you fake friend. The income's moved up to nearly 800 ducats. Let's pull some workshops in if possible. Yeah, we got some. Toledo's good. Catalonia's good. Cornwall's not too bad. Grabbing all the things. Again, this is just a part of late game, or you know, mid to late game onwards. So you could just say it's from mid game onwards. And I'm just being a derp. Also equally accurate. So yeah, just spending a bit of money. But that's why I often at this point just go screw it. It doesn't matter whether I need the project or not. Let's just upgrade it. Because it's just a quick way to spend money. Except not the Doge's Palace. I've already said not the Doge's Palace. It gives me the reform progress of somewhere between level 2 and 3. But it also gives the estate loyalty. You know what? No, let's just build Doge's Palace. I don't want that. I'd rather have the higher modifier for my reform progress. If I can get to level 2, it'll immediately be better than the current modifier. So you know what? When I previously disassembled it, I shouldn't have done. I mean, to be fair, I had to for the decision. So my decision to not rebuild it, I guess, was the wrong thing. Right, so this army needs a new general. Man, if I was back at 100 professionalism like I was earlier, that would have been a super cheap general. But that's okay. Denmark still do not want peace. Well, that's fine. Another general went down. That's not fine. The stats are fine though. The stats are pretty good. What else is going on around the world then? Bengal have expanded out. Gujarat is still on the map. Good job. India's looking kind of like it would have done like in the 1470s right now, if I'm honest, with the exception of this Bengal blob. Also, I wonder, was this a Delhi formed by... Yeah, look, this is Jampur took out Delhi and then formed Delhi. You can tell based on the cores. Interestingly enough. So yeah, once again, Jampur took out Delhi and forced Delhi. I think that's one of the strangely consistent interactions that just feels unnecessary. The only time I've taken out a nation where I wanted to form that nation was because the AI stopped me from forming Iran in the Gujarat campaign. That's the only time I've ever actually had to destroy a nation to become the nation. Otherwise, I wouldn't even give the consideration a second glance, if I'm honest. Right. Got a lot of time left before Tech 20. Kind of a shame. You know what, let's speed up the war a little bit. All I'm doing is waiting right now, for the most part. And Denmark still want to stay in my war. Sure, you do you. And my Cogwall 2 electric boogaloo is building its heavies quite nicely. I still have 9 to come though. So chip chop. You know, actually it's chop chop, not chip chop. But you know what? We're changing it up. And for soldiers' households, let's grab some soldiers' households of the correct trade good type, such as grain and fish and livestock. Even if they give less of a modifier than in, say, iron provinces, I'll be able to upgrade the manpower in the correct good provinces and then go from there, really. Let's go through to Ulm. Now, would Siena... Right, Siena just capitulated. So I can piece them out. Denmark would give me 200 extra ducats. So thanks for the money, dummy. I don't need to keep my units getting ready to anchor up. So let's detach from the transport. And then they'll start drilling, I guess. And now we'll have Siena. Name for archers stretching quite nicely. We'll call this up. Awesome stuff. And mission fulfilled, the Golden March. So we're not aligning ourselves with the Holy See. Alternatively, we will get military skill to the end of the game. House of God. So Golden March gave 5% governing capacity. So now I have a little bit extra gov cap. Very nice. And then finally expand the French domain. Alternatively, we will have +1 monarch admin skill to the rest of the game. So yeah. The Golden March thingy is giving me more now. Perfect. Let's see what else I can do. This gives permanent claims on in Sicily, which I already own. And then Palermo's been upgraded 5 times and has a shipyard or grand shipyard. Palermo, right? Palermo. Palermo, take a shipyard, because I can't even make a grand shipyard yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's upgrade it a little bit more in the mill side of things. Very nice. Anne's back. Piss off. Then let's start reducing some of these rebels. More harsh treatments. Again, this is nice and cheap. From all various things I've done within the campaign, such as take the Leviathan and the policy, which was the defensive and admin. Yeah, you can see the pictures. So you can see that there's the influence idea picture and the admin next to it. So this one's the innovative and defensive. Right. I'm going to remove the diplomat. I think I'm removing the Vassal Integration Act. I don't think I'm going to integrate Scotland or Meath. If I want to, I can revoke that and bring it back in. For now... Do I have room for the morale damage received? Not really. I could take out local militias and replace the morale damage in. But for now, let's go national tax modifier and core creation cost. So then that will help me in the future ones. In fact, help me right now. Wonderful stuff. Then I am going to statefy Lower Andalusia and Extremadura. Good stuff. That's also super cheap. Super cheap. Let's just make everything a core. And you know what? I've just realised the time. Let's end this episode here. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.